Misdirection. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. Everything is on its way to somewhere. You gotta learn to laugh, it's the way to true love. Dancing's part of my soul. I enjoy it, it makes people happy, and it makes me happy. As you get older, you have to force yourself to have new dreams. Money and power come as a byproduct of things well done. So you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something really outrageous. I'm gonna tell the truth. Your life starts to take shape at 30. You don't have to make excuses for who you are anymore. You feel alive to the degree that you feel you can help others. I have a dance background. I have an athletic background. In my own life, if I knew I was going to pass away, I'd love to sit down and resolve every issue so I could go peacefully. It's difficult for me to diet, so I don't. So, I make up for it in exercise. What I am willing to eat, I have to be willing to work off. It's that simple. If you are going into show business for money and power, forget it. It won't happen. You don't go for that first. My road trips have been to Vegas, but you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. If I'm androgynous, I'd say I lean toward macho androgynous. I've always thought that as long as I did the right things and had the right intentions, everything would fall into place. I've always had an innate ability to dance, but I'm not as spiffy as those cinema legends like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. Autism and seizures are the least known areas of illnesses. It's easier to be responsible for the decisions that you've made yourself than for the ones that other people have made for you. I have 12 paintings of Kaufman art. He is an amazing artist. I called my son Jet and I wanted to call my daughter Qantas, but my wife wouldn't let me. The first thing I ever wrote when I was a kid was a motorcycle, so I knew how to drive a motorcycle before a car. After 9 or 10 years of being interviewed, you start wanting to team up with the reporter and get the job done. I love fun movies that also have something to say. They tend to stay with me, always. There's no rule that everyone has to change. You have a freedom in playing the villain. You can be a lot more out there, really. And there is a joy in that. There is a joy in kind of making a zone of psychosis. There are unwanted emotions and pain that goes along with any birth. I try to balance independent films with commercial films, and I've done a pretty good job of it over the years. Having kids is something you can't always do. Kids are like lightning. You grab that lightning when you can get it. am very healthy. Career-wise, even old men get to be in movies. I've always slightly regretted not taking up Chicago. Good writing is good writing, but that doesn't mean you can't orchestrate it or tweak it. I actually do like playing offbeat people. I think it's more fun. I will direct one day, but I have a feeling that it will be very limited. You can't control the quality of projects that are coming to you, so if you get several in a row that are quality, you take them. I like to fly at least once a day. It's hard to make a cultural phenomenon every time. To Americans, religious freedom is sacred. I learned early on that there are certain things you can control in the press, and things you cannot. I don't recall the so-called devilish things I do, but there are considerable amounts. I was always a character actor, basically, that sometimes looks like a leading man. It's the interviewee's job to know that his privacy is going to be invaded on some level. Otherwise, you are better off not doing the interview. One of the things about the whole Harley motorcycle culture is that it's a little bit renegade. When all else fails, fresh tactics. I believe in love and marriage, but not necessarily with the same person.